Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson here. We have a downtrend working lower with a break and a new extreme. This all happened in the overnight session. The market opened around this area here. After the break in the new low, the next market cycle turned into this small trading range. You can see it's very tight trading range. When it's this tight and this small, we like to stick to the short-term trends working higher. We have a break and a new extreme here. Price kind of just hovered over this level. Then we had a downtrend working lower here, like this, the break, oops, excuse me, with a break and a new extreme here. Then we led into this bullish channel with a break and a new high. Since we are still part of this trading range, I wasn't comfortable drawing the wider channel yet. I wanted to see if prices were going to pull back into this range. This would act as a failed breakout of this trading range. So I was thinking about some failed second entry long below the EMA here, but you can see prices ended up holding here and pushing up. So this was more so just an area of development for me. I wanted to see what the next market cycle was going to be. Was it going to be another tight trading range? Were we going to continue working higher in a bullish trend, or what was the next market cycle? So I was just kind of sitting on my hands at this point, waiting for the next market cycle. But then when we got this break and a new extreme here of this downtrend, and we get this push up here, this is when I started thinking, okay, there could be some bullish channel in play. So I just wanted to see a little bit more confirmation at this point, but I was already anticipating some wider channel here. So let's see what we get here. At this point, I was starting to think about some second entry long at the EMA. But we get a second entry long here, but it's a doji bar. So I was patient here. I wanted to see some stronger setup because it's just not that clear. We don't have our third swing just yet, but we are working higher. So you're already getting the vibes that there's going to be some wider, some wider uptrend here. So let's see what happens next. You get the second entry long here. Problem is that it's just a little bit too stacked. You're like 5 bar stack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bar stacked at this point. So I was patient on this setup, but it is technically a second entry long here. And this is good. You get your downtrend that played out with the break in a new extreme, and you're back above the EMA here. So at this point, I was thinking about some higher low here to confirm the second entry long. Well, at this point, it'd confirm a small failed breakout of here actually. So I was looking for some higher low here, but let's see what happens. And you can see we just rocket higher. So now we know that we're in this bullish channel here, and nothing changes like before. I'm just looking for that second entry long at the EMA. So you get a first entry long, break, new extreme of this downtrend. So can we get some failed second entry short above the EMA at this point? And you push lower, and this is great. You can see this bar here confirms the wider channel perfectly. So I'm starting to think about some setup above the EMA here. Let's see if we can get something. So we have a higher low here. Problem is that we're below the EMA. I want to see something above the EMA. Let's see what happens. So we push above. So I'm already starting to think, okay, can we get some failed second entry short above the EMA? Downtrend played out with a break in a new low. Wider channel held with our third swing confirmation. So this would, if we get a failed second entry short here, it would confirm the next push phase. So let's see if we can get it. And sure enough, you get this failed second entry short here. There's a nice tail at the bottom of it. Failed second entry short, everything aligns. I went ahead and took this setup when I was watching this live. This is a great setup confirming the next push phase. And sure enough, prices pushed higher. So great high probability setup here. So at this point, I'm thinking about some second entry long at the EMA, but you can choose the first entry, work higher, work higher. So perfect. Now we're part of this bullish channel. Push phase started. So I'm thinking about some second entry long at the EMA. You get the second entry long here, but problem is we're way too far from the EMA. And then we exceeded the highest high, so we reset the count here. So I'm looking for the second entry long again. First entry long, count reset. So let's see what we can get here. So we have a first entry long, so I'm looking for the second entry long at the EMA again. And first entry long pushed higher. So now we have the count reset. And you can see a first entry long pullback, second entry long here. The problem is that we're below the EMA. We had this downtrend with a break and a new extreme here. So can we get another failed second entry short above the EMA just like here? Downtrend, break, new low, failed second entry short above the EMA, downtrend, break, new low. Can we get the failed second entry short above the EMA? So we have the first entry short pullback, second entry short failure. The problem is that we're not above the EMAs. Can we get some high probability setup above the EMA here? So when we got to this point, I was thinking about some second entry long at the EMA here, but unfortunately it just didn't form. It just pushed straight up here. So the push phase started again. So now, same thing as in here. I'm just looking for the second entry long at the EMA. So you have a first entry. I was looking for the second entry, but you can see the first entry just pushed straight higher here. So I'm starting to look for that second entry long at the EMA. And you can see first entry is just working higher here. First entry is working higher. So this trend here is definitely getting stronger. So I'm looking for the second entry long at the EMA. You have a first entry long. And we just work lower here with this downtrend working lower. So now that we have this first leg down here, so I'd like to see a break, a new extreme of this downtrend, and a failed second entry short above the EMA. Let's see if we can get it here. The first entry short, second entry short. But now downtrend played out with a break and new low. So this is good. Now we know that this downtrend played out with a break and new extreme. So if we get the failed second entry short at the EMA, it'd be a great high probability setup because this is the first break of this wider channel here. So I'm expecting a new high for this channel according to trendline rule. So I was starting to think here, okay, maybe we can get the failed second entry short above the EMA here. So you have a first entry short, pullback. I was looking for the second entry short failure here, but I have a bad bar on my chart. And you can see prices work lower here. And then we work lower again and again. So at this point, I'm looking back, and when I measure this move from the top of the move down to the bottom, I can see we've already exceeded this 38.2%. So I'm already starting to give up on this uptrending a new high because we've already worked so far lower. So at this point, or in other words, we already retraced so much of this move that I'm gonna have to adapt to this wider downtrend working lower. So that's what happened at this point. That's when I drew this wider downtrend and I gave up on this uptrend needing a new high. But you can see we're already coming up on market close. So at this point, I would be looking for a second entry short, but since it's so late in the day, this is only for educational purposes here, and we continue working lower. So if this was during the day, I would be looking for some second entry short here because this downtrend took over, but it just got too late on us here. We're already about at market close. So yeah, guys, this was a great trading day. I'll go back through it in a recap here. We had a downtrend working lower, the breaking into extreme. Next market cycle turned into be some small trading range. We then shifted into this wider uptrend working higher. We had a nice break new extreme of the downtrend and a failed second entry short above the EMA, confirming this next push phase. So we're looking for the second entry long on the way up, but unfortunately we didn't get it. But then we had this break in a new low again of this downtrend, almost a repeat pattern of here, break new low, and I was looking for the failed second entry short above the EMA, just like here, to take advantage of the next push phase. So unfortunately, it didn't form on this area of the chart. But if you're looking for the failed second entry short here, you had the right idea. So I'm looking for the second entry long to continue the bullish channel up. But you can see just these first entries continue working higher. We had a downtrend working lower with a break in a new extreme. I was considering some failed second entry short above the EMA, as this was the first break of this wider channel to get the new extreme according to trendline rule. But for whatever reason, market just reversed at this point. And since we were chased so much of this bullish channel here, I adapted to this wider downtrend working lower. And at this point, I'd be looking for the second entry short at the EMA. Problem is, it's just we're just way too late. We're at market close already. So it'd just be for educational purposes at this point. But yeah, guys, this was a good trading day. If this video was helpful for you guys, please feel free to hit that like button. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. I have a trading community where I post charts in real time, and I'm here to answer any questions you guys may have in real time. If that's of any interest to you guys, check out the link in the description below. But other than that, I hope you guys had a good trading day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.